What's up, guys? This is Brave, and I'm back with another review of the Belle Collective. This is season 1, episode 6, and the episode is titled Sage and Champagne. So we actually start this episode off with Letitia and Latrice meeting up. She just wants to let her know about Ferris Street. Now, I will say this. Letitia, she's talking about how she wants to do all this stuff on Ferris Street and how she wants to have the brunch cafe and this place for entrepreneurs to get free Wi-Fi. And she's talking about this like as if she is going to buy the place. Like, it's still not for sale. You're still leasing. Like, you're leading this conversation with lies. You need to say, hey, I'm interested in doing a project on Ferris Street. We won't be able to own the building, but we will be able to lease it, even though it still costs $2 million to fix this place up to look like something. So Latrice is interested. She wants to help because she remembers what it was like when she first started out. But once Letitia brings up Marie being an investor, Latrice is like questioning if she even wants to be involved, because as we know, her and Marie, they don't get along. They don't see eye to eye. And why would you go into business with somebody that you don't like? Nobody does that. So next we have Tambra. She is going to the doctor. Her doctor lets her know that she will probably have to have surgery because she has 4 fibroids. And as we know, she wants to have kids. Antoinette. Now, she ends up meeting up with these black doctors. And I'm like, okay, great. However, next thing you know, here comes Kaylon. And I'm like, Kaylon is white as white. She's a white woman. I'm not understanding why you're inviting her everywhere. It's weird to me that Antoinette has to have someone with her at all times. Like, why is it that if Latrice isn't there, then you have to have Kaylon with you? Also, stop bringing this white woman to all these black things. It doesn't make any sense. So, also, it bothered me that she said, well, I want her to see basically what black people can be like in a professional setting. You mean to tell me that Kaylon is a nurse practitioner and she don't work around nobody that's black to know that they can be professional? Get out of here. So after that, they're talking about how she's going to open up her dentistry practice, and she wants to cover the cost of the DAT test for anyone who wants to be a dentist that attends certain colleges, I believe HBCUs. So that is actually something that I can support that Antoinette wants to do. I think that, that's really cool. So after they talk to these group of doctors, Kaylon is talking about how now she has a better understanding of like how hard it is for black people. And I'm like, girl, bye. I'm tired of seeing Kaylon on the screen. Antoinette, she lets her know that she's having a rededication to her house, and she doesn't want to invite Marie, of course, but she also doesn't want to invite Letitia. So now we see Latrice. She's at home. She's expecting something from Cliff because it's their anniversary. He ends up giving her a bag of flowers. She gets pissed off, and he's like, you know what, let me go change. And then when he comes back, he blindfolds her and takes her out to like the gazebo area of their house. And, it's lit up. It has like candles everywhere. It's like a dinner table set up. It was really nice. So he ends up giving her a Rolex as a gift. I mean, I don't think she got him anything, but at least she got a Rolex. And, she thanked him for being there for her. And she always felt like every man in her life has always left her. She has abandonment issues. And then this conversation switched because she started to mention something about him talking about having other women and all this stuff. And he's like, I didn't mention that. What are you talking about? Like, let's just have like a good anniversary. But she wanted to keep going in about it. So he got frustrated and he left. Like, honestly, she brought this on herself. Like, he was just trying to have a good dinner with you. He wasn't talking about nothing that was reckless. You brought this up. So at this point, he storms off. She is pissed off. And he gets back to the golf cart and she's like, why are you acting like this? And then he's like, because you're over here lying on me. You're saying I'm talking about different women, and that's not even true. So, honestly, they could have had a good anniversary dinner, but Latrice messed that up. Alright, so we next see Marie. She is meeting up with her son and two of his children so they can have like a little play date. Clearly, her and her son are on have a better relationship now because he's actually talking to her. He realized that through the therapy sessions that he has a terrible way of communicating, but now they, send texts back and forth to each other and they talk to each other. And she just kind of let him know, like, hey, I have lupus. That's something that we found out, that Marie has lupus. And according to her, she has 10 businesses. And at some point, she plans on allowing her son to take over her businesses once she isn't here anymore. But he does have a stipulation that he has to finish college. I forgot to mention that her husband has showed up. And clearly, they have an estranged relationship. And we all know that she with Essie. I don't know why she trying to play us out like this. All right, so we get to the end of this episode. Pretty much is like the last group scene that we're gonna get, and it is not Marie. Oh my gosh, Antoinette. It's her rededication to her house. So she has invited, Latrice, Melanie, Kaylon, of course, Tambra, and I think maybe like a couple of her other friends that we don't know of. So they're in in her house. Her house looks really nice. And Latrice is like, oh, like I thought you would have invited like basically Letitia and Marie. And she's like, no, I don't think that Marie needs to come to any more events. Basically because she's delusional. So then we see Tamara in her confessional talking about how basically she's going to defend Letitia, and she knows that Letitia and Marie are good friends and she don't really know these other girls like that. So Tambra, she ends up asking Antoinette, like, oh, well, what did you think about Letitia's idea about Ferris Street? So she's like, I think it's really big. I think it's a great idea. All this stuff. And then she goes into telling, like, the rest of the group, just in case they didn't hear, about what Ferris Street was, how it was a predominantly black area, and how she wants to revitalize the area. Here comes Kaylon talking about when there's all this stuff happening at this brunch and people are ready to take their earrings off, and I'm just like, girl, we're not even talking about the brunch. We're talking about what Letitia wants to do on Ferris Street. Those are two different things. So now we have Tambra, who's deciding to defend her friend Letitia because she's like, out of the 7 years that I've been a part of Letitia's brunches, it has never been like this. There has never been any fights. There has never been anything like what happened the other day. So I am glad that Tambra was there to defend Letitia's brunch because Kaylon is really trying to drag this out. So after that, the ladies, they get some sage. They go around Antoinette's house and sage her place. And that was pretty much it. This episode was pretty dry. It was pretty boring. And hopefully the next episode will be better. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.